Hello, what's up, everybody? Cedric and CJ here. CRWC commentary. We'll be reviewing Friday Night SmackDownish. That's what we're doing. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell. The show starts. Everybody's doing their intro and whatnot. This is this wrestler, this is that wrestler. And Drew McIntyre, he comes, they show him, and Priest attacks him. The staff breaks it up. The fans are chanting, let him fight. They go to the ring. Tiffany Stratton makes her way to the ring. She's got a very scripted promo. And it's annoying. Now?
I said, does she now?
But here's the thing. It's everyone. If I put in the effort, and it would take a lot of effort, but every champion, when they do a promo, I swear I could clip that mess and you hear them all saying the exact same words. And I'm going to tell you one line that's in all of them. It begins and ends with, and that's why I'm your, and then put in the champion.
Yeah. When you got writers writing stuff and they don't.
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. It's cookie cutter. It's almost like one writer's like, yeah, I wrote this. Hey, man, that was a good line. Can I use it? Yeah. I'll send it to you. Don't worry, I'll just type it. It's the same thing. Everyone goes through it. And that's why I'm your WWE insert champion. And it's not the women, it's the men. Same thing. I wish the fans would say something different.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that. No, I don't think they care. I don't think they care.
So she's going through this, and it's scripted. But you know what? She looked good. Tiffany Stratton. She didn't have on a bronzer. She had on, as I called it, a goldener.
Yeah, really, on her face and on her chest. I mean, it was.
It made everything pop. Her arms stood out. Her face and chest, everything is like she was built up. I ain't saying, oh, it looks sexy. No, made her look like she been working out. Like she got a pump. She got some muscle.
Yeah. She had a glow to her.
Yeah. I'm like, interesting. Maybe they should do that because certain bronzers make them look orange or they escape the fire just in time. But I was slightly happy for it to end, but it was Harley Bliss.
Harley Bliss. You got me. I'm like, who is that?
Uh-huh. She's the thing she may have stolen Annabelle's doll, the Annabelle doll.
I never can't tell, man.
Because the Annabelle doll, is that what was stolen?
That's what was stolen.
Someone stole a doll that they took out of a alleged haunted house, but the doll has credible stuff linked to it. Credible things. And they're like, we're going to take it on tour. And then they took it on tour. Things started happening.
And
then someone stole it. So now who knows where that doll is. And everything that it started with is now going to happen again. Because somebody's going to have to go through it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then I was stunned. I said, wow, Alexa sounds like a woman. I'm like, my ears were pleasantly pleased. A little whiny came out, but by and large, she sounded like a woman.
Did you say whiny?
A little whiny.
Okay.
She went from her woman voice to almost Tiffany and then brought it back. So she's got to keep her excitement under control. And she said she doesn't need to call herself a queen or any of that. She wants the briefcase and said that she's going to cash in. But when she did, back in the day, when she cashed in, it was on Nia. But the difference is she liked Nia. It's like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, sick burns.
I don't know about all that.
Charlotte's music hits, and I'm a bit thankful. She comes out wrestling gear to a round of boos after she began talking. And the fans chant, Charlotte sucks.
Yeah, they do.
So she says she has done everything but win Money in the Bank. And she's like, when I want something, I'm going to take it. She talks like a grown-ass woman. She talks like somebody that knows what they want. She doesn't sound scripted.
No, she doesn't. She can just talk.
Bliss points out, like, well, since you don't want everything, why do you even need to be in this and qualify? And Charlotte had to say, well, that's a good point. She bowed it. That's a good point.
Bliss didn't say that.
No, only one Bliss?
It was Tiffany. She was like, you were complaining that Money in the Bank was the easy way, and now you're trying to win Money in the Bank. What's up with that? And Flair was like, okay, I see your point. You got a point.
Okay. It was. I thought I was looking at Bliss.
Okay.
I was like, I like Harley's hair.
Huh?
I mean, I'm like, she looks different. She's kind of gothish, but now she's slowly getting away. And I was also looking at the fact that I was like, Tiffany is wearing these, it look like these black platform stiletto shoes. So she looked about 6 inches taller than she needed to be.
They were very high. Not stiletto, but
they had high heels.
Platform. They were platform.
Came out the 70s.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany calls them both vintage, and and that they were the standard, but she's the upgrade. And I'm like, all right, and with a mean girl thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'll admit, going on when you watch the other two perform, Tiffany, I'm not gonna say in her own way, does what they do, but better. But that's that gymnast background. She hits things so flush and flawless. Tiffany's damn good in that ring.
She is. It's undeniable. She is good.
And so Julia comes out, and it's a triple threat match. And I was like, ain't Alexa out there? You had to correct me on it. So it's Julia versus Charlotte versus Zelina Vega. And Zelina's the U.S. champion. I forgot they even had a U.S. champion. So, Flair's put on a tiny bit of weight. You noticed that.
Yeah.
And she looks good. She's filled out.
She looks healthier.
Yes. Her body doesn't look sunken in.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's hope that the added weight doesn't bother her knee.
Hopefully.
That's what I wrote. That's what I was thinking.
She just looks healthier. Like she had a healthy weight. Cause she was out cut and cum gutters and everything, but she was just too thin. Her lower body was thinner than her rib cage.
She didn't change her gear, so her tights were mostly trying to fall off of her.
Yeah, she was jacking them up the whole time. She had gotten too small.
Now she done got her weight back. Now they stay on her. Now they on her. She even got a little that bottom butt meat thing going again. So I guess she done finally got up to her healthy weight. Because she probably had to get that weight off, because the knee injury, you need to drop weight. At least upper body weight if you can isolate it, if you can. But weight loss is kind of total body. Weight gain is weird. That's an isolated thing. I don't know why it is, but it is weird. Julia did a graceful spinning head crank on Flair, but it was so gentle, Flair didn't even know how to sell it. And the fans didn't know what she did other than spin in place.
Exactly.
Like
a twirl. It was. You saw what she was setting up to doing. We've seen Zack Sabre, devastate some necks many times doing that. But
I just did a silent private fist pump. Because I was like, because what I wrote was she was trying Zack Sabre Jr.'s move and was dainty with it.
Very dainty.
I'm sitting there like, Cedra, call that out.
Of course I called it out.
When I was writing it, I went silent when I was trying to type. I was like, what is the dude's name? I was like, what is his name? It's a dude that went from dark hair to blonde hair to dark hair. The Mighty Don't Kneel. He's orange, but he was black and white. He was Suzuki Goon. He did the cool stuff. Submission expert. He was scrawny.
Everything but the name.
Yes! Yes!
He remembered everything but the name.
So, the girls spilled to the outside. They got back in, and the fans, they wanted tables. Flair was like, we want tables. I love that she mocked them. We want tables. She did her little squeaky voice. That was funny. I'm like, Charlotte is making me a fan of hers.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I was already high on Charlotte when I first saw her, which was a long time after she even started wrestling WWE. But still, I wasn't watching the stuff at the time.
We're not watching the product.
One thing I noticed about this, when Charlotte goes for a pin, she means it.
Mm-hmm.
Every pin attempt she did that mess and she meant it. Zelina Vega hit a great Yoshitonic on Julia. That was really, she snapped that off. Her and Julia, they did that perfectly. That was great. The fans chant, "This is awesome." You know, but it was only after Charlotte had dove on everyone, so they saw some high fly, flippy stuff. Then the match was awesome. I'm like, come on. Charlotte applied the figure 8. Julia did a diving double foot stomp onto the braced knee. Cedra felt a way about that.
Yeah, I didn't think that was cool.
Julia and Charlotte was out after that.
Yeah.
They showed no more Charlotte. Julia hit a Kensuke style Northern Light bomb, and they called it a Northern Light bomb. She did that on Vega, got the 1, 2, 3 on the U.S. champ.
Yep.
So just think, the U.S. champ is not as important as Charlotte to beat her.
Yeah.
Just think about that. That's not good. That's not a good look.
It isn't.
Don't put a belt on someone that's not as important as people without a belt.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
This was a weird match.
Yeah.
This is the match that Charlotte shouldn't have been in.
Not at all. The finish was good and it looked strong. Just wrong person won the match. Charlotte should have won. These two ladies don't look like they belong in the ring with Charlotte. Charlotte, you could tell she had no one to work with. You could look at her and tell.
Yeah.
She wants to get in the ring and work. These girls were almost stunt. The stunt marks. That's what they look like.
They were stunt ladies.
Yeah, stunt ladies. I'm sorry for everybody for the marks. I ran out of words and I'm gonna go with something that goes in my brain just right then. And so my apologies, but yeah, stunt ladies. I was just like, you could see on Charlotte's face on 2 close-ups, she's like, what in the hell? You could see it. And if she won't sell in the move, she was looking like, what in the hell is this?
Yeah.
She looked at them do something contrived in the corner, and that camera caught her like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah, she shouldn't have been in this match.
So then we let's see. DIY was in the back. Ciampa did a great promo. It was good. It was believable. I was drawn in, but the problem is the division has 0 momentum. The tag division has 0 momentum, and they're going to try to bolster it a little bit by having a singles match between Tommaso Ciampa, and Chris Sabin. And so before that match, we saw that Stephanie McMahon can't spit water like her husband. So we thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
The U.S. champ, Zelina Vega's in the back. She got insulted now by Chelsea Green, and then she attacked Chelsea because Chelsea was being an entitled mean girl.
Yes.
And then Meechin and B-Fab, they joined in, and then Aldis made a match for later on.
Well, don't forget, she attacked Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea talked trash. She attacked Chelsea. Chelsea's Secret Service attacked her. Hervis. And then B-Fab and Meechin jumped in.
Yeah, but it's just, they attacked. Everybody fought. They did their thing.
Yeah, but you didn't even mention the Hervis.
Because ain't it obvious? Chelsea ain't gonna be by herself. I just thought it made sense. I mean, I left them out just like WWE leave out their tag teams. Yeah. Just because you see them on TV don't mean they mean anything. And they usually do ads during the tag matches anyway. Let's see. Yeah, that match got started. The match ended with Candice LeRae interfering by yanking Sabin's neck down over the rope. Sabin taking a knee from Ciampa, who pulled the knee pad down and got pinned. So Ciampa won, and Cedar took note of needing her to do it when you already had Gargano out there.
Yeah. I was like, something's got to change. So you add someone to the group who could have done what she did could have been done by your tag team partner. It's just...
Priest and McIntyre, they come to the ring fighting. Staff break it up. Priest and the fans like, let them fight. And Priest gets the mic and he's like, look, I'm gonna send you to the hospital on Saturday, but tonight I'm taking a pound of your flesh. And they went back to fighting and whatnot. Then they went to commercial, came back.
They fought off.
Yeah. Jacob wants to talk to Solo in private. Solo's like, anything you can say in front of me. You can talk freely and all this. So Jacob's like, look, this guy here, I don't like you. I don't know you. I don't trust you.
And you ain't family.
Yep.
Talking to JC Mateo.
Yeah, JC, Jeff Cobb Mateo, basically.
And you know, JC didn't really like that, but Solo was like, y'all break up. We gotta work together. Y'all gotta go out there and do a tag team thing.
Yep. Solo started quoting Jacob, and Jacob started like, man, you ain't even saying it right. You're saying it wrong. And then Jacob talking calm. And then he said his little thing, said it real quick. See, I ain't even gonna try it. I'm like, he ain't rolling an R. It's something else he's doing.
And then Jacob walked off, and Solo's like, am I doing it wrong? I'm not doing it wrong.
JC's kind of like, he's trying not to sell being spoken to, but you can tell in his eyes, you can just look at his eyes are like, So with JC, you got to mainly look at his eyes. And it's weird. It's almost like over time, Jeff Cobb's, how can I say, his chest and whatnot has grown vertically, but it's scrunching his head and neck. That's what it looked like. So, but I'm like, why is he walking like that? You know, he looks weird.
That's the way he always walk.
He's getting, they gonna cut him down. They got to get rid of the ab. But JC is, he's improved from what we last saw of him, you know, about 2 years ago in New Japan.
I mean, but that's something I've noticed about him. He improves.
Always.
He's not one that coasts.
Yeah, if he starts coasting, we'll see it. And look, I'm gonna just say this: Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez was talking about how JC Mateo in his match, his debut match, with LA Knight was slow and all this other stuff. It went too long. That match was showing you what Jeff Cobb can do. I don't know what Dave Meltzer's problem is, but the last thing he wants to see is wrestling. It's like he's a spot monkey. I don't know what his deal is or why it is, but Jeff Cobb match with LA Knight, we felt it was kind of long, but we were entertained from beginning to end.
Yeah.
We like Jeff Cobb. We've followed enough of his career. We've seen what he can do in a highly competitive situation. Therefore, you know, we was like, well, we know he should beat LA Knight, especially on his debut.
Yeah.
His in-ring debut. You know, I guess the match could have been about 5 minutes shorter. But Jeff Cobb, he went through that whole match and didn't spam his signature moves.
Nope.
So people need to take notice of that stuff. If all you care about is, all right, get the match started, in 30 seconds, bust out signature move, 20 seconds, another signature move, take a little beat down, a little rest, signature move, win. Okay, spot monkey and pretty much squash match from old school.
Yeah.
But it'll be against contenders. So y'all need to figure out what y'all really want out there. Y'all got to figure it out. We can't do it for you. That's y'all business. So Secret Harvest versus Michin and B-Fab. We did not want to watch this.
No.
But before you even got started in the back, Charlotte runs in. Alexis is talking to someone. And it's like, we don't have any fans. You know, everything starts to fall apart. You have no one to help you. Charlotte's like, who are you talking to? And, you know, she asked rhetorically, like, I know you talking about me. So, and Alexis like, I'm not even talking to you, and holds up the doll. And then she like, see you at Money in the Bank? Oh, wait. And then walks off. I'm like, okay, she did her mean girl thing. But then when it comes to the tag match of Secret Harvest versus Michin and B-Fab, the faces won with B-Fab's finisher that looked odd, if anything. I couldn't even really follow it. I was like, okay. She did a lot of contrived stuff to do some kind of falling net breaker, and then that's it.
So that's some kind of sit out falling net breaker.
Some weird, yeah. I was like, all right. Secret Profit, not secret, but Street Profits.
The Secret Profits.
I know words. Street Profits were trying to deliver a fiery promo. Solo with JC Mateo behind them silenced it. Fatu walks up, and then the trio goes out to the tag match. And Solo, after Ford kind of quieted down, Solo just shook his head like, you disappoint me. They walked
really.
up. I was like, y'all gonna let that slide? Or you don't really have a choice.
No,
But
I don't.
man,
What you gonna do? Attack Jacob and Jeff Cobb?
that ain't happening.
They ain't that stupid. Montez is a lightweight.
Yeah.
He bouncy. You get bounced up out the ring on his head.
For real. JC Mateo and Jacob Fatu versus Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. It was a pre-recorded promo of Escobar talking to his team, and Berto says, "It's another stupid pep talk." And he's like, "It's not another stupid pep talk." And so Escobar says he knows how great they all can be if they come together, and let them know that he's got, like, we all got a match at Worlds Collide. See? And Berto kind of livened up a little bit like, huh? But you can look, Berto has checked out.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Hey.
I am tired of you yelling at me like
I'm a
your
dog.
darn child.
And Cedra thinks Escobar will throw him out of the group.
Yeah. Loyalty, meaning you take everything I dish out. You're not taking it, you're going to get dished out.
Their match will be against, at Worlds Collide, son of Dr. Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, and Pagano. And I'll be honest with you, I have watched Dr. Wagner. I have watched Dr. Wagner Jr., and I've watched as Dr. Wagner Jr. became the new Dr. Wagner. And I've seen just a little bit so long ago of son of Dr. Wagner Jr. Just a little bit. And what I like is I got to see how 3 different generations work differently in the ring. And not many people have seen this. But in Mexico, they see it often.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Dr. Wagner, and then you've got Silver King, Dr. Wagner Jr., and Abismo Negro, which they all about the same build. And I think Silver King, Dr. Wagner Jr. were brothers, but I don't know if Abismo Negro was.
From what I saw, it didn't mention Abismo Negro, but yes, Silver King and Dr. Wagner were brothers.
Silver King is the one that passed, and Dr. Wagner had to play the role of Silver King for a little bit before they released it, which that had to be painful.
Yeah. Talk about the show must go on.
Yeah. You know, because we was watching Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. We was watching it. And we was like, Silver King looked a little different.
Yeah.
We couldn't place what it was or why it was, but he looked a little different and worked a little different, but Silver King still did his thing. So now we know what's up. And I think at one point, Abismo Negro played Silver King at a little point. And in WCW, I think Silver King had no mask. But in Mexico, he did.
Yeah, Silver King, he didn't. I remember having the mask in WCW.
Same gear, no mask.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see a lot of this stuff. So it makes me about 10% interested in Worlds Collide. Actually, I'm a little more interested in that. It's just that WWE now owns it, so I'm like,
We'll see. I mean,
we'll see how
what
it goes.
happens. I don't foresee Triple H trying to book a whole other company.
I don't see it either. They got it. Maybe they'll hopefully it's like, look, we got it. And we can do some things, but y'all just run it the way you do. But now you're really financially back to do things and go up.
Yeah,
go up another level.
Infuse it with some cash. Let them get into bigger arenas. Maybe travel around the world more. That would be the best way to utilize it to build up an asset, not just kill it. But the only reason why WCW got killed because of who was running WWF at the time,
and who was also in charge of WCW. Because when you pay your people more money than you are pulling in,
yeah, that's dumb.
That you have really messed up. It's like we got a cash cow money mark, and the money mark says actually.
Yeah, actually, I'm checking out.
And the new money mark with the new quote unquote WCW, the modern WCW, that's a money mark, and Daddy ain't gonna let that fail. So that's how we see that. How y'all see it. Let us know. So Jimmy and Phoenix, they hype each other up before going out. So in the match early on, the very beginning, JC tags himself in. He and Jacob stare at each other. And Jacob, he gets out the ring. Then Jacob tags himself in. They repeat it and stuff. JC gets out. Okay, JC did his standing moonsault. This is what I wrote. JC did his standing moonsault fish styled.
Yeah, his hands were beside him
the whole time. He did that standing moonsault. I was like, was his hands beside him?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anyone do a standing moonsault, let alone any moonsault like that. He let his whole body weight crash down on dude. So he didn't hit the mat with his hands and or elbow to break it. It's like, no, you're going to catch all this. But yet, you can see that he barely touched him. I'm like, Jeff Cobb is damn awesome.
Okay, maybe it's my eyes. Like he touched him very much to me.
He did, but I'm watching, and I think it was on Jimmy he got it on. I think, but whichever one.
It was Phoenix.
It didn't sell. That's how I know he did that mess really well. They didn't necessarily sell the damn moonsault. Some big dude jump, backflips, and land on me and hit me across my abdomen. I'm going to curl up. They didn't necessarily sell it all that well. JC, let's see. And because of how he did it, it looked stronger. And I didn't think he could improve on that move.
He has.
Solo tells Jimmy that he still loves him and they should take over together. We can take over, man.
Come on home, man.
Come on. The door's open. We left the light on, man.
He do that the whole match.
The whole match. Jacob and JC have been tagging and, putting crap behind them to further the match. And I thought, and right before the match started, I was like, Cedra, these two could be a devastating tag team.
They could be.
Ray hit a stiff poison Rana on Jacob, and I mean a stiff one. It was a finishing level one. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that move because there's no protection. None. But he nearly got a 3 count. It was so close, the fans counted 3. Mm-hmm. The ref almost counted 3. His hand barely tapped the mat. We watched it. We played it back. The fans was chanting that the referee sucked because they was mad. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, we watched it.
Now, he did
Jacob,
it right.
Kicked
Jacob
out.
kicked out, but it was just real close.
And I wrote, I don't think Ric Flair has ever gotten that close. And the fans are mad, but that was a legit, factual 2.9 that we saw. I'm impressed by that sequence. If the fans look back, they'd be like, oh, I was mad at the time, but he did kick out. He was real close. It was scary close. So I applaud all of them for that. And then after being distracted by Solo, Jimmy misses a diving move. JC hit the Tour of the Islands and got the pin.
Snatched Jimmy out the air.
And I said it. What did I say? I said either JC or Jimmy is going to lose the match. Because Ray is still the new guy.
Yeah.
He's still that top build even though he lost at WrestleMania, but he was at WrestleMania.
And Jacob is Jacob.
Yep. So it kind of narrowed it down real quick because JC is new. So, he can't just go and lose even in the tag match. But it was still good.
Yeah,
Jimmy was all right. It was like, Jimmy's a tag team expert. He can work with anybody. I was like, no. Jimmy works with Ray because Ray and Jimmy are pretty much similar.
Yeah.
Let's see. LA Knight, he cut a long promo with Byron Coachman because that's his name to me now. His name is Byron Coachman. But the promo got better as it went on, got hyped up and whatnot. And I thought it was cool. He ended with his normal.
Yeah.
Then they go with R-Truth coming out. And they called him the ageless one. And I was like, that moniker is reserved for Caprice Coleman.
Caprice, R-Truth don't look that different than the first time we saw him.
No, he just looks more mature. But his hair is crazy.
His hair is crazy. It's like it's all cut very close with all kinds of designs in it.
And
but
patches.
In 3 patches, he's got long dreads, long tiny dreads.
I'm going to be honest with you. And I said it to you while watching. But y'all think about it. If he cut that hair off and kept a crew cut or bald, R-Truth would look dangerous. He would look scary, dangerous.
The same could be said for Solo Sikoa.
I don't know. Some people, you think that, then you cut their hair off and say, damn, you 20 years younger. And you look so nice now. It'd be like, I thought we would have a badass. Like Sean Waltman. His hair, he's bald. He looked more like a badass.
Yeah, he's got a beard. If he didn't have a beard, he just...
Yeah. Be like, well, you look strong, but you're a baby face. Ciampa lost his beard, and it's like only from the nose down was bulimic. That's what it looked with Ciampa, but he looked so much younger and healthier, as weird as that is. It's a thing.
His head just don't match his body.
What, Ciampa?
Yeah.
Ciampa?
Or he needs... I don't know. I just don't know.
Cedra notes that Cena is 5 years younger than R-Truth, formerly K Quick. But he keeps saying, this is my childhood hero.
Childhood hero.
I'm like, he's younger than you. The fans, what Truth? And he plays along with it, but then he starts to ignore them. Truth blames gaining power and fame for changing Cena. Cedra knows that Truth sounds like an abused housewife. It's like, he used to look at me, used to text me. You don't text me back. They got fewer and further between. Then it seemed like I annoyed you. It seemed like I couldn't do anything right. And then I talked to others, and they said the same thing. I was like, it sounds like he in a self-help group.
Yeah, Cena, he out there abusing folks.
So, Truth says that Cena became Smeagol.
Yeah.
And he points out that it ain't the belt, it's the ego, and the fans applauded it. And the fans, Truth says that, look, I might not get you back, but I'm going to try. And a fan shouted, I believe in you. I was like, oh. So he pops the crowd when he says, I will beat the hustle, loyalty, and respect back into him. And then he says, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If Cena wins, we riot. He did his split, and they went to commercials. Then we get Money in the Bank match: Aleister Black versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight.
This is real obvious.
Yeah.
It's real obvious. And it's not saying anything bad about Nakamura and Aleister Black. It was just
obvious.
Yeah.
And the fans chanted that they want tables after the opening segments of the match. And then the match ends with a counter spinning back kick, or what's it called? Black mass. Knight tossed Aleister out the ring and got the cover on Nakamura. 1, 2, 3. Look, check this out. The match was what it was. It wasn't bad. It was pretty all right. I would give that match 3 stars. Just on a 5-star rating, I give it 3. It went as it needed to go.
Yeah.
They should have built up singles-wise Alistair and Shinsuke.
Yeah, they could have built that up.
And build that up as a strike versus strike. Heel versus neutral heel. And
I suppose. It's still doable.
It is. It's just build it up. Let them do their thing. All right? Let them have about 3 matches. Maybe even 4. It ends with a tie. And then they both decide to tag up. Both of them coming out would be good. That's what I think. I like the idea of those two together. I didn't like exactly how LA Knight was. I wasn't too proud of that because he had to play the dude that was barely around at points. A 3-way match like this, well, a triple threat match, not a 3-way match. Triple threat match should be a quick random series of singles matches, very quick. And in between those singles matches, you get fighting both of them. But the singles match part should only last maybe 3 or 4 moves before the other person get back in there. A triple threat match is, when you get thrown out the ring, your first thought should be, I got to get back in there so somebody doesn't get beat and then I had nothing to, I could have stopped it, but I was just on the outside, counting my toes. So you want to get back in there. I hope I did a good job delaying while you had to go to the back and come back. So then after that, Miz asked Mello in the back, how many times I got to take black mask before you listen to me?
He should have said 5 more.
About 5, that'll do it, man. About 5. But Mello, he apologizes for it. And then Miz go on to hype him up. It's like, I got the game plan. You run the game plan. You're going to win. And he does his whole, because we are Oz, him, and all that. And Cedar don't like it. But I'm giving him a pass. It is cringe, but I am giving the Miz a pass. 1, I like his gear. I like his in-ring work. I like his in-ring. I like his boats coming to the ring. It's very Michael Jackson-y, but it suits him. I like his promos. I like what he's doing now. The Miz that I very first saw way back in the day, I wanted him fired. I was like, why did you even hire this dude?
Oh, he was so annoying. And I'm on board with everything else too. I'm liking everything he's doing. It's just I just don't like the Oz him. I can't.
It's almost like Ozzy, 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 oi, oi, oi. It's like, look.
It's like Ozzy, 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 him.
Oz, him. It's Oz, him. Just to say, like, this is Oz, him. Just not Oz, but Oz, him. It's Oz, him. And you got to like Cool Whip.
No.
Yes, like Cool Whip.
No.
Be awesome.
Like, no.
Awesome.
No.
All right. So Nick Aldis finds the remnants of the bloodline and talks to them, informing Jacob that he's in the qualifier for the Money in the Bank. Jacob is good with it, looks at Solo and says, I love you, Solo, before walking off. Solo's slightly broken up about it, and he's like, man, you had to say it to me in 6 months, man.
I said that in 6 months.
JC is looking like, oh,
he said,
no.
You all right with this, man? He said, oh, it's going to be all right. Yeah, it's going to be all right.
So then
and he whoop you.
Yeah, because Jacob got it, because didn't Solo qualify as well?
I think so, yeah.
So Jacob's going to win.
Jacob's going to win.
They're going to go to the Money in the Bank. What they going to do?
You know what Jacob going to do.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. How you gonna handle it, bro?
It's gonna be handled. It's
gonna be what?
Solo ain't got nothing to do about that.
You need to lay down, grin and bear it, and think of Christmas. You might make peace with it.
Make peace with it.
Yep.
Close your eyes. Think of Christmas.
So we got the main event of the evening. So we got, why did I put this? I put Faxium. It's Fraxium versus Street Profits. And it was a standard match. But it heated up. Things got a little bit better. They hit a bunch of double team finishes. Okay, listen. Look, y'all. Look. Professional wrestling has allowed the destruction of legit finishers. A transitional spot was what I call a deep impact, or maybe shallow impact, because it came not from the top but the middle rope. A leaping capture DDT.
Yeah, that's a finisher.
That's a finisher if you ever seen one. All right. You know, Nobu did that, but he did it from the top. And
you got me for a second.
Yeah, so he did it. I'm like, you mean to tell me this move is a match transition move? I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Any case.
I also noticed that oftentimes moves that like the lightweights, the junior heavies made their bread and butter on become transition moves.
Yep. It's sad.
Just saying, yeah.
It's sad. But DIY with Candace, they came down after a long match.
It was a long match.
And the match wasn't boring.
It wasn't, but I think for that match,
it just wasn't exciting. It wasn't boring, but it wasn't exciting
to
either.
go for as long as it did and not have a definitive conclusion is just bull.
Yep, they came to the ring. Motor City Machine Guns came in. They fight outside the ring. Ford does his leap to the outside, the tope con hilo over the top rope. I mean, like the top post, Dawkins does his power bomb. Then the lights go out. And then while Ford is up on the top rope, the fans scream, ah! And I'm like, what? And then the Wyatt Six, they're in the middle, and everyone is popping. Everyone is going crazy for it. They're in the middle of the ring, and then they attack Ford, and the fans love it. So that means a disqualification. That means the champions win, because that's who got attacked. So that means the challengers got disqualified because this attack would be on their behalf as seen by the referee.
Yeah.
That's the original rules. I don't know what they do now. It's just, okay, ring the bell. We ain't going to say nothing. Just move on.
Yeah.
Everyone from the Wyatt Six make their moves look super laid out. Everyone had to wait for the move to happen. The move had to be slowly set up. Nothing looked, I don't know who the girl is, but she just stood on the apron for ages before jumping on Candace. And then that looked bad. And the fans chant, "This is awesome." And I was like, if y'all think this is awesome, don't cheer for Jack when it actually looked good. Okay? Don't go and boo AEW because now we done seen what you like.
And this Wyatt Six, the ones that Cornette was talking about, was so abysmal on Raw like a year ago.
And yeah, and I see why now. At least for this. And then the masked one does Crossroads that they call Sister Abigail. So if Sister Abigail shows up, what would she call it? I know there's no Sister Abigail, but still.
Isn't that what Alexa Bliss does?
I don't know. Everyone does a version of something.
Because they were calling, I swear they were calling her Sister Abigail.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, and I'll get to it. But the lights go out when this is all over, and the phones turn on like when Sonata would close the show. For me, this was stupid. This literally lowered my give a damn for SmackDown. This really lowered my give a damn. And I'm going to tell you, these guys came in, just check out the logic. Let's go with the logic. You sit here in the crowd or at home and you watch this match and you were invested in this match. This match goes 10, 15, or 20 minutes, and then somebody runs in and breaks it up. Stops it. No winner. And not one team in this match got anything to do with the people that attacked them. Not one team has anything to do with them. So you got these, what, 4, 5 people attacking 2 teams opposing each other. Are they going to attack them again? Are they going to attack somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
What they going to do? What was the point? What was the point? It looked low rent. It's almost like the cart collector at Walmart becoming the CEO just because he put on a mask. I didn't like this. It was a waste of time. I wanted to see who's going to win this tag match. I was curious. I know who should win. But right when it became, it could be anybody's game. Maybe the champions are about to win. Who knows? Let's interrupt it. Let's waste everyone's time. I did not like this. I thought it was stupid for the fans to think this is awesome. You think wasting your time is awesome? You think it's awesome to see people take forever to get their move on? To miscalculate when to start a move? To attack people that's got nothing to do with them at all? You think that's awesome? I've not seen the Wyatt Six outside of that crap they did with Chad Gable. They're supposed to be murdering people, but they lived.
Oh yeah, that was like their opening vignettes.
I don't look. If you like the Wyatt Six, you let me know why. Maybe you will educate me on something. Most likely you will, because what I saw sucked. I did not like it.
I got info in the movie if you want to know.
I did like the lights going out and everyone having their phones on. I thought that was awesome. But I'd also seen that with Sonata. But what information you got?
So Bray Wyatt's finisher was Sister Abigail, and
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss were a couple when he died. And so she adopted his finishing move. And so that's why we've heard it before, because she does Sister Abigail as her finisher.
All right. Cool. It changes nothing.
I didn't say it would. I just said that I had some questions about the dang move.
Oh, yeah.
So I answered it.
No. Not you. Not you. No. You just women folk as you is. But the thing is,
What?
this changes
What the
nothing
hell?
with what?
You better wrap this up.
No. I need to keep talking because I'm now feared for my life.
You need to be afeared, like the men folks should. How about
Hey.
that?
You know what? Who's going to protect you if somebody break into the house?
I got a couple of skillets.
I'm going to let y'all know them skillets are heavy. The skull will break before they bend. I tell you that now. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Wyatt Six. What did you think about their debut for SmackDown and whatnot? It's good, it's bad, yada, all that stuff. You know? So, with that, this has been Cedric and CJ for CRWC commentary for Friday night SmackDownish. And we want y'all to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz, so y'all can be cool, be chill, be safe, so that we can see you next time.